of our faves here is Kirsty Lee Akers. She's got a new single out, so that means it's time to catch up with her, and she joins us now. Kirsty, great to catch up with you, mate.
G'day, how you going?
Absolutely super. New music is always a bit of a buzz, isn't it?
Oh, it's very exciting to have new music out. We can't exactly do too much touring right now, but at least we can still put out new music thanks to technology. It's great to finally have it out there. This is the second single of what will be a new album coming out in April, so can't wait.
And have we got a title for the album, or not allowed to say yet?
Well, we're umming and ahhing at the moment. It's going to be a bit of a side A and side B thing, so released in two parts. So we're just deciding whether we just make it self-titled at the moment with side A and side B, or we come up with a name. We should have one very soon.
A lot of people see this and they don't see the work that goes into the background. What's it like for you selecting songs? Obviously, there's a lot for you to choose from. Talk us through that process, Kirsty.
Oh, it's so tough. I spent a good time writing for this album. I was meant to go over to Nashville last year when COVID first hit, but obviously that got cancelled, that trip. I was meant to go over there and write. So I had to come up with ways of how to then co-write with some of my favourite writers. And a lot of artists started writing on Zoom, and I'd never done that before. I wasn't really keen on it at all, to be honest, because it just felt weird not being in the same room as someone writing a song with them. So I was a bit iffy in the beginning, but two of my favourite songwriters, Phil Barton and Bruce Wallace, they talked me into getting into Zoom and writing with them. And we introduced another guy, David Mescon, and we had such a success writing songs that, and this song, Out of Here, was actually the very first song that we wrote in that lockdown period last year. We ended up writing together every single Tuesday. And for a good 6 months there, every single Tuesday we'd get on Zoom and write together. And then, of course, I was writing with other artists as well. It actually opened up a whole new avenue here in Australia, because I've actually really struggled to co-write with Australian artists, as we're so far apart, we're so separated. None of us sort of live in the one area like everyone does in Nashville. So I'd never really done a lot of co-writing with Aussie artists, and it wasn't until COVID hit and then everyone started writing on Zoom. It was just normal to get online and write. So then I started writing with more Aussies, which was really cool. So by the end of 12 months, we had a huge list of songs to choose from. And I went up to Brisbane in January last year and started recording this album. And then we got a phone call to say that we're on the block. We literally got the phone call while we're in the studio recording the album. So we had to put that on hold. So this album actually would have come out last year, but of course the block came along and put a hold to that. So it's amazing to finally have it almost out there in the world now, because you spend so much time writing the songs and then recording them. It's pretty much nearly a 2-year process to get it all together.
Wanting to get back out on the road and start touring with people, touring and seeing real live fans again, that's going to be a big part of it too.
Oh, definitely. I was lucky enough to perform on the Australia Day concert at the Sydney Opera House last Wednesday, and it just reminded me how amazing it is being able to perform in front of a real crowd and real audience. And yeah, just can't wait to get back out there on the road. I've had a bunch of shows that have been cancelled. Well, not cancelled, postponed, but you may as well say cancelled, unfortunately. So we're just in the process now of rebooking, and hopefully towards the end of the year we'll have the tour. It's a bit iffy trying to book the tour dates in for the first half of the year again, because you just don't know what's going to happen. So we'll make it for the last half of the year, and hopefully we can get back out there on the road and tour with the new album.
It's really vitally important that you get along and support these artists, because it has been a pretty lean couple of years.
Yeah.
But let's get out there. And it's important for the artists too to see real live people again. It's going to be a buzz. We can't wait to do it. Mate, it's fantastic to catch up with you. Give our regards to Jesse. I know he was a bit of a hit over the last couple of years for people as well, regardless how quiet he tries to be. He got out there. We're going to play the single now. It's called Out of Here, and we can't wait to see you back in southeast Queensland, hey?
Oh, awesome. I can't wait to get up there.
This is Kirsty Lee Akers and a new single. It's called Out of Here.